Okay, let me know if you can hear and see me. Wait, I might have to... You guys are talking about puppets? What did I miss? You guys are going somewhere else. Okay, so we're gonna do our Star Wars story time. And for this one, we're going to be doing the Battle of Hoth. A decisive victory for the Empire and just a terrible embarrassment for the rebels. No, it's not. What do you mean, late as usual? I was on time for... My twin sister was on time for the other one, and I was exactly on time for this one. Why are you guys always trying to... Yeah, it shows that I was on time. I have proof. Okay. Fuck this orphan. No. Nope, not late. I was on time, thank you. Ooh, Metal Maze Meals, I prefer to be called a lizard. Nikki, you just started watching The Mandalorian? You are in for a treat, because it's insanely good. So, I am happy that you are beginning that journey. Yeah, I have receipts. Isn't that what the, don't we call it tea now when you talk about shit on people? Okay. So, like I said, we're going to be talking about the Battle of Hoth. Alright, so in the cold reaches of space, the ice planet Hoth orbited a pale sun. The surface of the planet was frozen. Nobody lived there. At least, nobody was supposed to live there. And that made Hoth the perfect place for the terrorists, the Rebel Alliance, to hide out 2 years after their cowardly attack on the orbital station. Basically, cockroaches can live anywhere. From the helm of his Imperial Star Destroyer, Darth Vader stared out into space, determined to make the galaxy a safer place by eliminating the rebels once and for all. He was looking for anything to lead to the Rebel Alliance. He had sent hundreds of probe droids into space, seeking any sign of them. You guys... Vader's hard work paid off, and a probe droid spotted the rebels on the planet Hoth. The probe droid did its job. It sent a signal back to Darth Vader about the location of the rebel base, and then self-destructed before the rebels could apprehend it. Now, it may look like here, because of rebel propaganda, that they're destroying the probe droid, but I assure you, the probe droid destroyed itself because it loyally works for the Empire. Oh, William, thank you. You look lovely, Star Rawr. Long live the Empire. William, I know this is a cliche now that women write names on boards, but thank you for supporting the Empire. Yep. Uh-oh. Thank you, sir. I don't know if you can actually see that. Oh, you can't. Come on. There you go. I wrote so shitty. Thank you. Long live the Empire. Alright, let's continue on. Now, we can imagine what one disgusting rebel said to another after this. It's a good bet the Empire knows we're here. Darth Vader wasted no time. His fleet left for the Hoth system right away. They didn't want to give the rebels a chance to escape and hurt more innocent citizens of the galaxy. While Vader's Star Destroyers lay in wait in the sky above Hoth, 4 armored Imperial walkers began to make their way across the icy tundra towards the rebel base. You can see this is some of the Imperial walkers that they ended up sending. Hey, Craig, Rawr! Princess Leia, knowing that the might of the Empire was too much for them, tucked her tail between her legs and ordered the evacuation of the base. Most of the rebels didn't need to be told twice to hurry to the transport ships and leave immediately, as they are all spineless cowards. Also, I just would like to point out to you guys, Wampas, entire families of Wampas had homes in the ice tunnels the rebels made their base out of. So they displaced some Wampa families. Oh, Anna, I'm sorry you can't sleep. All right. Those rebels that had a bit of a backbone decided to stay on Hoth and fight. Princess Leia stayed with them, not wanting to miss an opportunity to watch more people die. Luke Skywalker climbed into a snowspeeder and led a squadron of fighter pilots out onto the plains of Hoth. They were going to try to murder as many innocent Imperials as they could, because their bloodlust knows no bounds. Luke and his squadron fired at the AT-ATs, but the armor of the Empire was too strong. They instead changed their tactics and thought up a new bit of trickery. They used the cables instead, tangling one of the walkers' legs together. And sadly, it worked. On his back. Yeah, thank you, the Pickle Rick, for the Wampa families. Exactly. If you don't support the Empire for anything, you need to support them because they're not displacing innocent Wampas. Hey, Dave! You are added to the cliche whiteboard that girls write on now. I feel sad that we can't do this anymore. I will add you, Dave, to the end credits of videos. Van Lensky. What happened to Hoth after the Empire took over? We had some people stationed there. Make sure that the rebels didn't come back. Which, of course, they didn't, because they're just absolute fucking cowards. 3 days from retirement. But mostly everything was cleared out, the smuggler bolt holes and all that, to make sure that it was truly... Here you can see the cowardly rebels running. Okay, where were we on our story? So thank you, Dave. Oh, I forgot to cheers you. To the Empire, thank you for your support. And you can be assured, Dave, the Empire will make sure that the rebels never come back to Hoth. Okay, so after they started tangling one of the walker legs together, and sadly it worked, Luke Skywalker, in a fit of madness, ran underneath another walker. He fired a grappling hook into its belly and pulled himself up underneath it. Then he used a Jedi lightsaber to cut it open. You guys know of the Jedi. The Empire helped make them mostly extinct. They were the baby snatchers, the ones that were going around and putting their nose in everyone's fucking business. Luke Skywalker, rebel terrorist, threw a grenade into the walker and dropped back to the ground. Boom! The walker flashed with green sparks and exploded. But even as Luke tried to keep the walkers away, the base was taking fire. The floor shook violently as our brave boys in white entered the base. The rest of the rebels in the base decided, it's time to go. We cannot stand against the might of the Empire. You're high on marker fumes. Are you trying to be like the other girls? Where's your hot tub? I actually have a kiddie pool over there, but it's an American kiddie pool for my 4th of July crazy. Hot tub. Okay. The infamous Han and Leia boarded the Millennium Falcon as Darth Vader personally led his Imperial troopers to the now empty Rebel base. As the troops searched for the rebels, the Falcon was having issues starting, being a fucking piece of junk. Also, rebels don't take care of their shit. The rebels, Leia and Han, bickered, with Leia saying sarcastically, "Would it help if I got out and pushed?" and Han snapping, "It might." They don't know teamwork. It's very sad. In the Empire, that's one of the first things we teach you. It's teamwork. Han and his Wookiee friend ran around the Falcon trying to fix it, and as they made the final repairs, Vader thankfully showed up with a group of Imperial snow troopers who entered the hangar where the Millennium Falcon was docked. They opened fire on the ship. Luck wasn't on our hero's side, though, and the Falcon's engines started and they got away, leaving the base and jumping to hyperspace. They had left their friend behind. But what can you expect from the rebel scum? Despite all that, the Empire was victorious on that day. It was a clean victory. Long live the Empire. And from the Emperor to you, we love you. Any questions on the Battle of Hoth? A decisive victory for the Empire, where the rebels were absolute fucking cowards and ran away, and Leia, the head coward, left her friend. It's a hot tub time traveling machine. King Sabretooth donated. Thank you for supporting the Empire. Star Wars pro-slavery of homeless princesses by the Hutts. Learned it from Rawr's Discord. Yeah. I mean, the homeless princess was a terrorist. Do you want me to feel bad for her? She is responsible for the deaths of millions of innocent people. I don't understand how you think this is a bad thing. I mean, I'll add you to the stereotypical board that apparently girls aren't allowed to do anymore. And I will end to... I think you're already at the end of the credits. King Sabretooth loves the Empire. There we go. So special. I really gotta clean that board. This is getting a little weird. Uh-oh, I'm crooked. No wonder they ended in a divorce. Exactly. Although anything you see, commonly what the rebels call Return of the Jedi, is just war propaganda. Never happened. So you can't really believe anything that's said in that. And it's really telling to me that the rebels made this sort of propaganda showing that the Empire lost and all that, and yet in the end, they had the Senate, Palpatine's bloodline, live on and exterminated the Skywalker Solo bloodline. So, you know, I think they know deep down inside that they were wrong, and maybe that's their way of saying, hey, you know, we're sorry for the deaths of all these people. The Empire has a job offering for a better life. William, and that's the thing. Do you know how many kids got a second chance through the Empire? The Empire came to their planet and they said, hey, you want to be a stormtrooper? I'll get you off this backwater ass planet. We'll feed you. We'll give you income. You can travel. You can have more adventure than you'd ever have, more training. And it saved a lot of their lives. or at least gave them much better opportunities. So you're absolutely right. Joining the Empire was the right move for a lot of people. The Pickle Rick, the kid turned out great with no issues. And that's the other problem. You see, the Palpatine bloodline has done nothing but bring the galaxy together. And you see the Skywalker line has done nothing but fuck around. And it's, to me, shows that I think it was a good thing the Skywalker line went extinct, It's just, they caused way too much damage to the galaxy. Craig donated $5. Read that part again where their shield generator fails. Thank you for supporting the Empire. The Empire loves you. The Empire, a cheers to you. No, I don't... Let's see, I don't think I can find it. Shit. Thank you for supporting the Empire. Puppet Master 666. For Star Wars unparalleled support of the Empire and shedding light on fake news of rebel scum propaganda. Hey. Here. Someone has to. The thing is you don't get to blow up an orbital station and fuck around with the galactic government and then go around pretending like you're the good guy. I don't... It's incredible to me. Alright, Puppet Master. I think you're at the end of my videos anyways, but I will add you to the end of... Oh, that didn't come on. Or didn't go on. Peep it. Oops. I think I just had something come up in my throat. Cody! Bail Organa brainwashed Leia to be a terrorist. One, a cheers. Thank you very much. I will give it to Leia that she basically had no chance of not being terrorist rebel scum, because she was immediately taken by the Jedi when she was born, and she was placed into a family that had known terrorist connections, and they basically bred her to be a terrorist. I mean, her dad sent her on a mission, pretending like it was a diplomatic mission. And then they were so scared after they heard the ship was blown up and they thought that their daughter was dead. It's like, well, you sent your teenager on a terrorist mission. Just disgusting behavior. Alright, Clotty. Gumble. You will be added to the end. So it's... What Leia did was unforgivable. I think we can all agree on that. But... you also can understand that her early influences, she was handed off by the Jedi. She ended up being adopted by a family that decided to become terrorists and fund them and help support them. So she really had no way, I think, of turning out right, is the issue. Dave! Luke was burned out hippie. Long live the Empire. I think the big thing with Luke is why he decided to banish himself to the island was because he knew. He knew what he did. He knew it was wrong. And the countless people that he helped destroy their lives, families, children, just gone. And he put himself on that island because he rightfully understood he could no longer be with civilized people. So, yeah. I understand why he became a hermit. And if I was him, I would have done the same thing, to be honest with you. I can read that board and I can read my own shitty handwriting. Where was Kira during this time? Hopefully running a badass crime syndicate. Grimm's for... Oh, hello, chicken lover. Haven't seen you in a while. Are metachlorians a disease that need a vaccine? Well, I would say metachlorians can definitely be used for the right reasons. So, you guys may have heard of dark side users or Sith. They definitely were using them in a very constructive way. Unfortunately, there are some people that decided to be too controlling of it if you had enough of the metachlorians and could use certain force abilities. And they started policing how people use it, and punishing and destroying. And it just, they decided who they were going to recruit into their cult. So it's not so much... Metachlorians, they bind everything. They're in everything. You could never truly vaccinate against them. It's just... They fell. Certain wrong people had too much, and then they decided to just be horrible with it. We do know Palpatine understood that, and he tried to get rid of them all. But just like the rebels, Jedi are cockroaches. Some of them got away, but in Palpatine's defense, he tried everything. He had his Inquisitors. He also sent Vader after them. So it's not like he didn't try his hardest. There's no Star Wars Discord. God damn it. Uh-oh, Double O Noodles. What was the slight? Oh, no, I have shitty handwriting. I didn't consider that a slight at all. I have shitty handwriting. My mother used to get me tracing books because she fucking hated my handwriting so bad. King Sabertooth says, stormtroopers dress in all white hunting down the only black stormtrooper. Not a good look for the Empire. We don't all dress just in white. We do have death troopers. If you see sand troopers, we have a little bit of tan going on. So that's not true. And that reminds me of... something a rebel terrorist would say. So I think maybe King Sabertooth, you should watch your next couple steps. Puppet Master, good night. Sleep tight, and long live the Empire. Thank you for joining me. Hey, yeah, you do. Yeah, but Puppet Master, you should probably get some sleep. Lots of black stormtroopers keep their helmets on. And long live the Empire. Thank you, Puppet Master. Oh, shit. I didn't realize that was up. My apologies. All right. That was your bedtime story. Unless you have any more comments, questions, concerns, we will end for the night. And hopefully, if you know any people that are searching for a better life, you can let them know about the Empire. Lots of caffeine before handling those explosive, Puppet Master. Oh, shit. Aw. Nikki, thank you for joining me for this beautiful story time. We all know Darth Vader did not kill Padawans. He took them for ice cream. Darth Vader was doing his job. Younglings, Padawans, he was making the galaxy a better place. So it's not that he didn't kill them. He had to. No one's denying that he killed Padawans, younglings, but they were so corrupted by the Jedi Order. There was no way to redeem them, and honestly, it was a mercy for them. Bad Batch is incredibly good. Chicken lover. Policy on R2 units, you need to constantly be wiping your droids. Restraining bolt needs to be on. Carlos, the last time a woman had a crush on Darth Vader and tried to hook up with him, it didn't end well for her. Maybe we'll do that story next time. Vader did not eat that ice cream. It was for his burns. Oh. The Royal Guard had the most awesome uniforms of all. I do agree. I will also say that anytime you have red, it really adds. Chicken Lover, perhaps next week I will tell you the story of a woman that did not understand boundaries, and Darth Vader had to put her in her place. And also in the grave. So, thank you again for joining me. Please, 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 please report any rebel terrorist activity, even if you have a faint whisper of it. Very important. You know, it starts with you. You need to be our eyes and ears. And have a fabulous night. And I'm sure Papa Palpatine loves you